you guys still there?
Somebody had a good time with that.
A little bit of E.T. there made me think of Stone Cold E.T.
Stone Cold E.T. The internet's a wonderful place. Go fuck yourself. Hello, and welcome to the internet. Welcome to the motherfucking Let 'em Know show. I'm here, the fucking old Lloyd here, looking fucking jacked as ever, coming in with those sad puppy dog eyes, and we're joined today by the one and the only, the fucking beautiful, awesome, studly, Mr. McStud himself. What is going on with you, Mr. McStud?
First off, I'll say thank you, bitches, for having me on the show. I'm doing amazing. It's a wonderful Sunday, and I'm honored and pleasured by myself to be on your show.
I appreciate you pleasuring yourself to the concept or the idea of coming on our show.
Came all over it.
Oh, God, I told you earlier, but I'm feeling rough today, man. Today, I completely fucked up last night. I fucked up good last night.
Well, that's good. You have a good time?
Oh, yeah. I had a great time. Went out, saw a local band. They call themselves...
Chemical Toilet.
No, they don't call themselves Chemical Toilet. They call themselves Gallows Bound, but the genre that they call themselves is like, what do they call it? Appalachian punk. I thought they threw another word in there, but I can't remember. Appalachian punk something. They're pretty good. Wow. What is going on in the world of McStud, man?
Not much. Just another day. Always thinking, working. Actually working, and then, trying to do videos, as you guys probably know. But lately, the last few weeks have been focused on my bedroom closet mixtape, which is music, because I plan on releasing that at the end of May. So that's been my main focus of masturbation lately.
Are you going to have like a release party?
I wish I could. I don't foresee that happening. It's going to be a very quiet release. You know, like maybe a nocturnal emission. I'm not sure.
Some of the best albums are very quietly released.
Yes. I'm hoping it'll be good. I hope everyone will enjoy it. It takes a lot of time through my evenings, especially with kids and everything else. So I got to try to focus my time constructively with a big dick in my face and just push that shit out like a big old turd.
So, in all seriousness, which we're never actually serious on this show, but
cheers to that.
What? So, do you actually consider yourself a musician, or like what? Delving into the intricacies of what McStud actually is. What are we looking at here?
No, I'm not actually a musician. I like to write. I would not call myself a rapper because I think I suck at it. However, Miss McStud has pushed me. She likes some of the songs I've had. Mainly, I just started this shit with a simple pelvic thrusting video about coming up 4 years next month.
Wow.
And then I put on Michael Bolton music. It was just supposed to be like a Michael Bolton Friday thing. And I've continued and evolved from there. And I just got back into the music thing within the last couple months. And, well, yeah, I'm not a musician. I'm not anything. I can't play an instrument. So I download instrumentals off the internet and write over them. And do my best to make sure you all can ejaculate to the lovely sounds of McStud and a pelvic thrust and dick ball.
And we do. We ejaculate. Hey, I'm curious because like it's always interesting to me to kind of see where fucking weirdos on the internet come from, including myself. Like I realize like I have a body of work as well on the internet. We used to play all of like our videos. We just used to do like sketch comedy, just stupid fucking shit.
Nice.
Like 10 years ago. And all those videos are still on YouTube. And we used to start every show, like the first, I don't know, what? Like 20 shows. Yeah. We started with some of my old sketch comedy shit that me and friends made. And so it's interesting to me to see what, you know, where fucking people are coming from who otherwise have like normal lives. Like I go to a day job and then you know, I've got a bunch of weird ass videos on the internet. Like it's like duality. There's a like a fucking, I have like a secret, you know, life on the internet that if you find, like a lot of people in my personal life see it
Absolutely.
and know about it. Like what kind of work do you do? Like for your living, whatever living you make.
Well, I didn't really that line. Initially, I was a correctional officer for 6 years, and I went on to security, and now I'm just like a warehouse worker. It's quite silly, actually.
You were a correctional officer, like a jail guard?
Prison. I was
Prison
actually
guard.
a canine officer.
Are you fucking serious?
Absolutely. I got pictures to prove it.
You're dead fucking serious right now.
I swear to God, I was a CO.
That's fucking hilarious.
And that probably worked me into some of my mindset I'm in today, because I've been through and seen a lot of crazy shit just from that. Seen a guy get his nutsack open and push his ball out.
You saw a guy rip a nutsack open and push his ball out.
He did it regularly. He cut his balls open, his sack open, and he pushed his nutsack out. And he got pepper sprayed in that spot multiple times, too.
Oh, wow.
You got pepper sprayed in the ball hole? In the scrotum hole?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like a brutal spot to get pepper sprayed, man.
Dude was fucked up, though. Like, he banged his head on the wall so much, his skull had calcified. He had, like, a lump of, like, bone on his fucking head. It's, like,
you mean to tell me that the guy that cut his nutsack open and pushed one of his balls out was not, like, in a good place mentally?
No, it was the mental health section of the prison.
I can imagine. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Guys throwing shit, piss.
How old are you, McStud?
I'm 35.
35. So, being a CO was that like a past life almost? How long ago was that?
I did that from 2006 to 2012. That was like my first real fucking job, to be honest, after college, since I drank my way out of fucking college. It was a waste of my time, and now I got a big student loan, but then that was a job I got after that, which I didn't even know it existed, really. I didn't think about it.
I'm surprised you made it through 6 years. I always felt like, just assuming in that line of work, going every day to jail, you got to feel like you're one of them at some point.
It is. You are essentially locked up for, well, depending on your shift. We started at 8-hour shifts, but if you got to stay over, it was 16 hours. And then they switched it to 12-hour shifts, so at least half your day, up to 16 hours a day, you are locked up watching these guys. And it's kind of dark. I mean, we didn't have the worst prison in the state, so it wasn't horrible, but it was very. It messes with you. It made me a dick, really. I was a dick at home. I was a dick everywhere. And
I could imagine that. I could see that.
I got to the point where it's like, fuck it, I had to find something else. And it doesn't pay very well either. At least we have a privatized prison. Well, the one I worked at was privatized. They paid less. And I found a job where I could sit at the desk and watch fucking movies on the weekends and sit around and jerk off for a lot more money. So I went to that shit.
Hell yeah. If I could get paid to jerk off.
Well, I didn't literally jerk off.
Oh.
But if it was possible, I would have had time.
Hell yeah.
To spank it.
I mean, if I could get paid to jerk off, though, nonetheless, I would absolutely do it. I'd go for that.
I got a funny story about that, actually.
Yeah, let's hear it.
When I was in college, my roommate worked at a bar, and there was a bouncer there, a big old dude, and he would tell me these stories about how he would offer my roommate money to masturbate on camera because he said he worked for a porn site. And we always thought it was fucking weird. And he's like, well, Mitch, should I, for fucking $500, should I jerk off on camera? I was like, what the fuck you want? I mean, you're jerking off from a dude. That's a little fucking odd. I mean, if you want the money, go for it. And never heard much about it. And then a couple years later, I'd be going down to the gas station to get milk. I had a new baby at the time. And this motherfucker worked at the gas station at night shift. And he recognized me because he knew my roommate. And it was me and him in the gas station. And he, like, you want to make some extra money? I was doing what? This motherfucker wanted to take me into the bathroom and blow me and pay me $300, $500. I can't remember how much it was. It was like, stupid amount of suck my dick. I'm like, no. And I was like, oh. And then I had to go in another night, and he thought about what we talked about. And this dude's a big dude. I can only imagine if he put me in a bathroom, he'd smash my head into the wall and rape me or some shit. I had to stop doing that bitch. It was fucking nutty. And I went there during the day. I was like, I'm going during the day because he won't be there. Oh my God, he's there. There's customers around. He's like, hey, you still considering that offer I made you? You know, I will blow you right here. I'm like, looking around like, there's fucking people here. He's fucking me. Like, no.
Oh,
so I never
shit.
went to the gas station again. Ugh.
This is a gas station attendant.
Yeah, the guy works there.
What the fuck crazy-ass state are you living in?
Indiana. Actually, it was in a college town. Ball State University. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's there's a lot of people that are in JREC that are from Indiana.
Oh.
It's interesting.
Didn't know that. I don't get a chance to pay attention. I'm usually so busy I don't pay attention to half the fucking groups I'm in.
You're probably in a bunch of groups, huh?
I am, and sometimes I gotta delete myself from some because there's shit in there I don't care to see.
I deleted
groups like kitties and shit. I honestly don't give a fuck about that. I don't want to be in that because I got this McStud here. We're cool. We're happy, and we don't need that fucking drama. Really.
Yeah. Same. I mostly don't pay attention to I don't know. I don't pay attention to a lot of shit, but man, I was in a Facebook group. I fucking left it the other day. Something, you know, dark humor, something, and occasionally somebody will post something that's like real gore in there, and I don't know, like I've seen a bunch of that shit. I'm pretty desensitized to it, but this one I saw the other day was fucked up, and I just left that fucking group. I was like, dude, I can't take this. It's gonna like wreck me for like an hour or two. This is just fucked up. I mean,
wow.
it was some cartel shit, you know, fucking standard ass gore video. I mean,
wow.
I think they were down probably in Mexico or something. They were speaking Spanish, and these fucking dudes just like had this dude stripped down completely naked, and they hacked off his fucking hands and his fucking feet.
Oh fuck!
And then they fucking hacked off his head, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
It's weird, man. It's like a train wreck, you know? It's like I don't like get off on watching shit like that, but I think it's important to know, you know, that kind of shit is out there in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's important to know that is reality, and that people are doing this fucking crazy shit.
and nobody knows about it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. You know, a lot of people think the world is all fucking
Happy place.
unicorn farts and fucking titties come on titties. But it's not true.
It's not at all. There's
This
a lot
is a
of
fucked up. We live in a fucked up place, and I think it's important to know that. Not that I get off on it, but like I said, I dropped that group off my list. It was just that one was like Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, on that same subject, I gotta ask a question. How old are you guys?
I'll be 30 next month.
Okay.
26 in July.
Well, you might be a little young. I'm not sure, youngster. Remember the Traces of Death videos? Like there was Faces of Death, and it came out with Traces of Death, like in the 90s.
What was the Traces of Death?
Like some of the worst, like the shit you see on the gore site.
Yeah.
Like dudes getting ripped apart, fucking people getting cut open, suicides. Like the worst of the worst shit you would not see on anywhere. Fingers getting cut off, like penises getting cut off, like for punishment. In other countries, the guys getting their hands chopped off for punishment. Like anything you can fucking think of.
Yeah.
It was like that. And as a kid, I was like, oh shit. I had to have my mom write the shit for me. She had to be 18 or over. And at the time, I was like, oh my god, you watch it. Now I can't fucking watch that shit anymore. It fucking makes me sick.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, I don't like seeing people's. Ugh, no, I can't do it no more.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't. It's not like I get off on it or that I enjoy it, but I have seen a good amount of it, and a lot of it I've watched just because I'm like, you know, this shit actually happened, and I don't think people realize. I don't know. It's a lot different from watching a movie. It's so much different than if you're watching a movie. It's
oh yeah.
There's this weird fucking, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a feeling. When you see it, you know it's real. It's not like when you watch a movie, you're watching it and it's like if some dude gets his fucking head blown off, it's not that big of a deal in a movie.
Right.
But when it happens for real and somebody's actually got it on video, it's just a different feeling. The shit just feels real as fuck when you're watching it. And you're like, holy shit.
Right. I'm about a little sidetrack here. Like, everyone in this country thinks our country's fucking horrible, and we got all this shit going on, and people getting killed, and like there's murders, there's school shootings, there's all this and all that. They have no fucking clue what goes. Like our culture is one way, but they have no clue what goes on fucking in other countries. Like the fucking punishment. They think prison is fucking inhumane here. You go across the fucking globe. You steal something, you get your fucking hand chopped off. You rape a woman, your dick gets cut off. And just in our country alone, like when I was a kid, I remember when Ice-T came out with the song Cop Killer, or NWA came out with Fuck the Police. And my uncle would be like, that's so inappropriate. And I didn't catch it at the time. Once I got older, I'm like, you know what? We don't live over in like areas like that where the cops are almost afraid to patrol their own fucking neighborhoods because the fucking people that are in them are so fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Like, they don't give a fuck to shoot at a fucking cop. Like, we don't have to deal with that here. He's like, why would people write about that? Because they fucking live it. Just because we don't live that here does not mean that shit's not fucking happening over there.
Yeah.
And it's like my family was like a perfect example. Like, we live in this little tight fucking small community. We're like, they think everything else is inappropriate. Like, we are very fortunate that we're not in the fucking hood and the ghetto and shit and have to fucking worry about our car getting stolen or our kids getting fucking raped or kidnapped or getting shot up or drive-bys or like any kind of fucking crazy shit. Like we don't have to worry about that fucking shit. And people don't think about the same shit all over the world that goes on. We have no fucking clue, and all these fucking dipshits over here in the country are like, oh, this fucking country is going to hell. Like, no, we're actually in a pretty good fucking state.
Yeah.
Right?
All in all, we're doing all right. You know, it's I agree. It's I think we're very lucky in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Not that everything is perfect, and not that we shouldn't try to change things that are fucked up, but we're very lucky in a lot of ways. Like you said, I got kids, and you're talking about your kids, and I just had this talk with my son yesterday. I was like, look, man, you got to watch out for your sister. I mean, there's been people around where we're at here, in Northern Virginia. There's been some weird fucking, like, trafficking, like, human trafficking shit going on.
Fuck.
Yeah. There's been a couple, like, attempted abductions and shit like that. I got a 5-year-old little girl, and my son's 8. And I was talking to my son, and I was just like, look, you gotta watch out for your sister, man. And,
Right.
you know, I'm not always here. I gotta go to work and stuff, and you gotta watch out for your mom and your sister and everybody, and you gotta be careful, man. I was telling my son, I was just like, it's weird, man, telling an 8-year-old, I'm like, dude, there's bad people in the world, you know, and you have to be aware of that. And it's weird. I wish I didn't have to tell my son that. I wish I didn't have to tell my son that there are fucked up people in the world.
Watch out for the free candy van.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you can't, I was telling him, I was like, dude, if somebody ever has to come and pick you up at school, or anybody ever stops you and says, hey, like your dad or your mom told me to pick you up, like, fucking get away from them. Like, I don't,
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, like we were just saying, we're extremely lucky to be living here and not somewhere else. Like, these problems are not as bad as they are in other places in the world.
Ain't no women getting stoned here in the United States unless it's something random crazy shit.
Yeah.
That is about. I mean, my kids are the same way. And Mrs. McStud's kids, like, she's got a son and a daughter. I've got 2 daughters, and he's very protective. Like, when they go to the park, they're like, he's all over it. Like, they come home right away if they see they see some random guy out there, like, oh my God, he looks weird, we're coming home. I'm like, well, that's cool. I mean, he's probably just an old guy walking around. But they have a mindset now that they think about that. Like, well, he was weird and looking at us. Like, there's a lot of old guys that just enjoy kids. They may have grandkids or whatever, but you never know anymore. So it's good that they have that alert sense of minds who come home, or they call us, or we go down there, and, it's just fucking crazy that you gotta think that way about motherfuckers. And we live in a nice little fucking town. It's quiet. It's easy. There's a random dumbass every once in a while, but nothing crazy. But fuck, man. I mean, I'm glad we get to talk about the kids, because I don't think a lot of people know I actually have fucking kids, and I do. And they're in my fucking world. And, yeah. As a parent, you gotta make sure they know that not everyone's just a happy, friendly fucking person, and they might snatch you up in a fucking heartbeat. And you may not have time to even fucking ask for help. Fuck, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this, yeah, like, there's a couple different things here. Like, this headline here says, fucking Winchester mother arrested for human trafficking. And that's where I'm at.
With a
Winchester,
you get a...
Winchester, Virginia. And I don't even know if this one is current. Where's the date on this bitch, Lloyd? Copyright 2017. I don't know, but anyway, a Winchester woman has been charged with human trafficking and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The woman, who we are not identifying to protect her daughter, was arrested Wednesday afternoon after being indicted on 2 charges Tuesday. Police say she had knowledge her 13-year-old was having a sexual relationship with Jose Hernandez. Hold on. Hey, baby.
You got 2 Hernandez's in his name?
Sure does.
Hernandez. What was your ex-boyfriend's name?
Hernandez. Wait a minute. He married her Hernandez, and they got a hyphen in their name?
Was
they have
it
the same fucking name?
Was it Jose Hernandez? Yeah. Read this article real quick.
I hate name hyphens.
Okay, anyway, and that he was paying the teen's mother $600 per month to have sex with the young girl. Authorities discovered the alleged sexual relationship between Hernandez and the girl after sexual photos of the two were discovered on her cell phone by a middle school official. Hernandez was also indicted Tuesday on charges of carnal knowledge of a child and indecent liberties with a child. is being held without bond at the Northwestern Regional Adult Detention Center, which I spent about 3 weekends there. Was his last name hyphenated with itself? Did he marry himself or something? That'd be weird.
Wow.
It's probably a pretty common name. Anyway, I just wanted you to see it.
Chad Corn. Married my cousin.
All right, Ben. Anyway, this is not the best example, but apparently there was like an attempted abduction at the fucking Walmart parking lot.
It's not just a cute catchphrase hanging.
So there's some weird shit going on in my town, man, and it's fucking weird. That I got to tell my kids.
That sucks. You have. That's crazy. You have to be that worried about some shit like that.
Yeah, it's fucked me up. It's fucked me up here recently. It's just
That's at April 18th.
This is April 18th at 7 p.m. So this was a couple days ago. They just had some sort of meeting not far from here. This doesn't have a whole lot of information, but I guess the FBI's in town. They're doing some overview of human trafficking nearby.
On a TV show, man.
Say what?
That's some shit you would see on a TV show.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's just. I guess it's because we're right on the interstate. We're right on I-81, going north and south, and I guess I don't know, man. It just fucks me up to think about that. Like, I was reading something the other day. Some lady was I saw a video, actually. I think my mom posted it, but some lady was in a fucking grocery store. She turns her back for a second, and some dude just walks up, like, to her shopping cart, and she's got, like, a 2-3-year-old girl sitting in the shopping cart. Dude goes to grab the little girl right out of the shopping cart 2 feet away from her mom. She turns around and picks something up off the fucking shelf, you know? And, she turned around and grabbed him, and the dude basically just, like, stopped and, like, ran off. But, like,
wow,
what the fuck? I saw another one. Some people were in a store or whatever. This dude yoked up this fucking little girl and just started running out of the store with her. The human. The little fucking human person. I don't know, man.
I'll be shooting them up.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody grabbed my daughter like that, you better. It doesn't matter what the law is. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna kill you. Like, and it's gonna be bad. Like, if I get a hold of you at all, it's.
I will go to prison for my kids.
Yeah. If I get a hold of you at all, I'm not gonna stop. Like, I'm gonna rip your face off like a fucking chimpanzee. Like, you want to see some primal shit? Fuck with my kids.
Right.
But that's what people are doing.
Kids accept through a fucking glass, but they're gonna know their dad or mom or whoever fucking did everything they could to keep them safe.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, but people are fucking grabbing fucking kids and shit. Women too, apparently, but.
That's when you need that fucking baseball bat from The Walking Dead. What's his name, Negan?
Yeah, Negan. The baseball bat's name is Lucille, though.
Oh, I never watched The Walking Dead. I have a buddy that watched it. I knew that his name. That he looked pretty badass. His little barbed wire baseball bat.
Yeah.
Got that one.
I take that to a guy said a few times. Fuck my kids.
Fucking. So here's another headline about this shit. The FBI forms human trafficking task force along I-81, which is the interstate I was just talking about. The Federal Bureau of Investigations announced Thursday it has formed a task force designed to stamp out human trafficking along Interstate 81. Dee Ribisky, a spokesperson from the FBI's Richmond office, said the I-81 Corridor Human Trafficking Working Group will be hosted by the FBI's Winchester Field office, which is the local PD around here. She said while human trafficking has been addressed in the Northern Virginia area, it has continued through the Shenandoah Valley area, possibly coming in from West Virginia. A lot of strip clubs in West Virginia, this is a quote, and the group felt maybe that's what was promoting some of the trafficking that's trickled into our state. Yeah, it's just...
Strip clubs?
Yeah, strip clubs, I guess. That's kind of what, I don't know, that's what she was saying. She said there's a lot of strip clubs in West Virginia. And maybe that was prompting, oh yeah, maybe, she said, quote, maybe that's what was prompting some of the trafficking that's trickled into our state. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, you think about it, a strip club and a lot of, like, a lot of strip clubs, at least from what I hear, are pretty much just fronts for fucking whores.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
I've had people, yeah, yeah, I guess not kids, but like, well, I mean, this was just specifically human trafficking. This one doesn't say, specifically kids, but yeah, I mean, if you get some sort of like J-Rec Asian dating chick, and fucking make her, tell her that you own her, and then sell her to a strip club in West Virginia, I guess that's kind of counts. Be like, you gotta blow 10 men tonight. $100 a pop. Say what now?
$5 make you holla.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I say that at home all the time.
And Betty Austin comments on this article. Betty Austin from Front Royal, Virginia, right down the road. Close down all those strip clubs. I guess.
That's great. You jump on the bandwagon for closing down all the strip clubs and get your picket sign out and see how far you get. Because unfortunately, I don't give a fuck what people do in their personal time. That shit that generates money, probably generates money for the fucking city. And our country doesn't close down places that generate money. Or our fucking government works with them, just like the fucking drug trade.
Yeah.
Our country does millions of dollars for all the drugs that are fucking. They don't work with motherfuckers to get them in this country so they can profit off of it. Stupid.
Oh, man.
Is your dick hard? My dick's hard. My dick's so hard.
Rock hard right now.
Rock hard. I could break the sink in front of me. I got my phone on the sink right now because I'm in the toilet area.
Clank, clank.
Yeah, you got yourself a little cushion for that seat there, or you just plowing through?
I'm just plowing through. That's actually my shower towel.
How many times do you use it before you wash that thing?
It dries by itself. So
Yeah.
I use those.
Mine, I go for 3, and that's so I can get a good smell of myself.
Well, it's supposed to be clean when you use it, right?
Well,
Your clean body cleans the towel.
Yeah. It's like being laundry water, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
So,
I mean,
if it starts smelling funky, I always smell it before I use it anyway. I'm like, it starts smelling weird. I ain't using that. Because you ever use the musty fucking towel and you smell musty after you dry yourself off?
yeah, you smell like an asshole afterward.
I'm like, ugh, god damn it. And you gotta shower again to get the shit off of you.
Yep.
And then if you wash your whole load of fucking towels that way, then you're fucked.
Yep.
Ugh. God, asshole AIDS, man. Like
Man.
Tom Hanks, Philadelphia.
Man, this whole conversation has been fucking weird as shit so far.
Some wild fucking human trafficking to music to videos to stanky towels.
Yeah. I'm looking rough today too. Fucking just like
What are you
looking in the mirror.
using?
Say what?
I didn't know where you were from. Like, I've viewed your profile, and you just kind of got like a foreign look, like you come from the UK. Like, I'm expecting like an accent, I guess.
I'm from the Commonwealth of Virginia, man.
Like, I don't have time to. I guess I don't have time to go review people's profiles. I see stuff, and you guys do your show and stuff like that, and
It's
I just
my
don't have time to like scroll my Facebook all day long. I'm always doing something.
yeah. It's probably my squinty ass eyes
I think it's your beard, actually.
that looks foreign. My beard looks foreign.
You kind of look like a little, I don't want to say British, but like European.
Well, I am English, like genetically. I'm English, and like fucking 15% Irish or something.
Somewhere down the line, we came from that other place.
We actually, I had my genome sequenced a couple months ago, and I got like a fraction of a percent from like Ghana, Africa, and shit. And then so there's a little bit of that, and then it's mostly English and Irish.
We're really big over in the UK, actually. We've, in fact, sold a little bit of merchandise
We
that
sold
way.
we sold a shirt to Julian Richmond over in fucking Scotland.
You're playing the David Hasselhoff game.
That's right.
David Hasselhoff is huge in fucking Germany.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Wouldn't it be fucking weird as shit if we found out in like a month or two that like Facebook advertising somehow made us big in like fucking Ethiopia or some shit?
Yeah, that's like a goal because you can only be mediocre and so amazing like over there.
Yeah.
We'd have to visit the motherland.
That'd be so ate up if we were just huge in Ethiopia.
Like, have you ever heard David Hasselhoff sing?
Yeah, he sucks.
Man. I fucking love him. In his little black Speedo with his leather jacket and shit.
Yep.
Mitch. Baywatch.
Was that his name? Was that his name in Baywatch?
Pretty sure Baywatch was big when I was growing up.
Baywatch was huge when I was growing up too. Fucking.
Then they came up with Baywatch Nights, which I never watched.
Baywatch Nights?
Yeah, it was like I think it's called Baywatch Nights. It was like a spin. I don't know if it was a spin-off or what. Now they got the movie coming out with, like, I don't think there's any original people in it. It's got The Rock and that dude from High School Musical and Neighbors.
So you wanna
I won't even recognize this.
you're not even gonna recognize this? Check this out.
A prince
Oh,
wants to give us
Jesus
$20 million.
Christ, go fuck
He
yourself.
just needs our social security number.
Fucking advertisements.
I hate it.
Yeah, man, it sucks when, I'm trying to run a show here, and fucking YouTube has got me all fucked up.
Yeah, I definitely don't recognize this.
I need... I just gotta remember...
BRB.
I gotta remember the chorus. Oh, shit, it's fucking horrible. Fuck, where is this one? Fucking Pam Anderson and shit.
Hepatitis Anderson.
Yep. Where's the... Is this the actual intro? With the running? Yeah, I think it is. It's so ate up, man. This show was so fucking like popular back in the 90s. And it was just about lifeguards.
What is the name, like Hobie or something?
Say what?
What is Mitch's son's name, like Hobie? Something weird?
Hobie? Oh, I don't know.
It has like this. Remember, Mitch had a son, like Hasselhoff had a son. I thought it was Hobie.
What, in real life or in the show?
No, in the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, there's another one here. It says Baywatch Hawaii, Episode 1.
I've never seen that.
Fucking full thing right here. Dude, 779,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah. It's got Hasselhoff right on the front.
Wow. You ever see that video of him drunk? Like, was he trying to eat a cheeseburger or something?
Yes! Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm pulling that up in a second. Hold on. We're going to play this Baywatch intro real quick here. I found the video, so. You never saw this show, Lloyd?
I was too young. I knew what it was.
Lloyd, grow up.
I still thought that girls were icky then.
Even 90s girls?
You're talking?
Jesus Christ, shit's all fucking blowing up. Fucking.
It's gonna be alright.
Hold on.
Oh.
You're out of my sight.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I haven't heard that in so long. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Sorry, what were you saying?
Kenneth B.
McStud.
Shaw says Tommy Lee killed Pammy's ovaries.
Tommy Lee killed Pam's ovaries?
That sex tape,
Oh,
because he got the donkey dick.
he did have the donkey dick, man. Tommy Lee.
Rockstar with the donkey dick.
That's fucking right. Hold on. What did I just say I was going to look up a second ago?
Gold Girls?
No, but I'm totally in the mood for some 90s throwback intro themes and shit.
Damn, episode 1 was like a fucking hour long.
Well, this is Baywatch Hawaii, though. This is what I don't get necessarily.
Oh, I haven't heard of that shit.
Me neither. So 90s.
I think that's just the pilot.
I don't think so, man. Fuck. What did I just say a second ago? Like a couple minutes ago I was going to look up. Oh, my brain is retarded today. Yeah, whatever. Oh, no. Fucking God damn it. What Hasselhoff eating a hamburger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you
On
seen that, Lloyd?
No.
the floor.
Say what?
Wasn't he
He's
on
the
floor?
first- He's the first thing that comes up when you start typing in David. That's probably just because you were on Baywatch.
Probably, yeah, it's probably because I was just looking at it. Here we go. This shit is so... Oh, man. I'm trying
Isn't
to
that
find
that top one?
I'm trying to find the best one.
That makes me laugh.
Swear to God, it was longer than
That's what she said.
30 seconds.
They can't see it.
Yeah, I know. This is not the one I want to play anyway.
2.5 million views?
This
Yeah.
one? Yeah, but this is one with it's all mashed up. It's not the one. God damn it! Why is this fucking hard to find? That's not
Sicky.
David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff. Go fuck yourself, dude. I'm trying to beat David Hasselhoff.
Don't hassle the Hoff.
We're getting accused of being racist. We gotta show some good times in Sanford and Son, apparently. Says Kenneth Bishaw.
Good times. Dynamite.
You guys are racist because you're not showing Sanford and Son. All right, hold on. I got you. I got you on some Sanford and Son.
Lloyd, you know what Sanford and Son is?
I do. I watched
Oh.
all those, like, I love the 80s, I love the 70s and shit growing up on VH1. Those were some good shows. That's how I got cultured about
Well,
the times
George
before I was
Jefferson.
around.
You know who George Jefferson is?
Yeah, the Jeffersons.
Delicious new Captain Morgan.
His little fuck you did.
George Jefferson.
Hey, he's coming on up. Like his dick.
I recognize this theme song because of Family Guy.
Alright, that's good enough on that, but I gotta find fucking Hasselhoff eating this goddamn cheeseburger, dude. This shit is ridiculous. This is not it, but...
Thank you all for coming. Thank you, David. We are here to celebrate
Hey guys,
the
I don't mean
last
to cut off early,
memorial.
but it's been an hour. I've got shit to do, so I think it's time for McStud to take off. But we can definitely do this again on another occasion.
Fuck yeah, man. Hey, McStud, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Hey, no problem. I enjoyed it. It's a good discussion about penises and sex trafficking.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but... You know, that's how shit goes, isn't it?
It made me hot. Next time, maybe I'll break out the Black Destroyer.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I'm talking
I was
about.
I was wondering if you were gonna bust that thing out.
I thought about it, but we got shit going on out there. Ain't gonna fuck with all that today. But on another day, when it's just me and Mr. McStud, oh fuck, hell will break loose.
You could just fucking fuck Mrs. McStud live on
Well.
the podcast.
I don't know if she'd be down for all that, but it'd be interesting.
That'd be a hilarious shit show. Get us kicked off Facebook and everything. That's all right,
Right.
though. We'll just upload that episode to Pornhub.
There you go. Man in mullet fucks man in not or something. I don't know.
Thanks for coming on the show, man. We appreciate
Hey,
it. It's a good
Thanks for
time.
having me. I've been waiting for it, so it's cool.
Yeah, well, you fucking hit me up. Keep in touch, and we'll get you back on sometime soon when you have a little bit more time, too.
Will do. Sounds good. You guys, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Magnum gold label for kicks.
Shatterproof. Take it
That's
easy,
right.
buddy. Be
Hey,
good.
later, guys.
See ya.
Fuck yeah. He's a cool dude. Oh, God. What'd you get into last night, Lloyd?
I did some jiu-jitsu before the fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dope. Where'd you go for that?
Virginia Martial Arts Academy.
Sweet.
Yeah, I rolled with a brown belt last night, and
Got wrecked.
yeah, it was like the first time that I ever felt like I can't do anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, he was just really good. God damn it.
I'm supposed to roll tonight. Right here at about, I don't know, 5 or 6 o'clock. And several hours from now I'm supposed to roll. You can hang out and roll if you want. I'm fucking, it's going to be rough, man. I'm hungover. But buddy Michael's coming out. We're gonna roll.
I got some videos. Samuel's tooling me, man.
I saw that. You posted that.
He's actually wrestling right now.
Right now?
Yeah, out in Skyline. There's a tournament, so shout out to little bro Sammy.
Shout out to Sammy Sam. Tearing it up. Fucking killing the game. Let me see if I can find fucking Hasselhoff eating this cheeseburger. It sucks because they're all like mashups and stuff, so I can't even find the original. I bet you probably had it taken down. Oh, fucking David Hasselhoff.
I just want to see any of them at this point.
So, Dad, you need to promise me you're not going to get alcohol tonight, okay?
This one seems like it's pretty close. Let's see.
So, Dad, you need to promise me you're not going to get alcohol tonight, okay?
What?
You need to promise me you're not going to get alcohol tonight.
What?
Okay?
Oh.
Because if you get alcohol tonight, you're fired from your show tomorrow. And the doctor is coming over here in the morning to check your alcohol level. And if you have any alcohol in your system, you're going to be fired from the show. Tomorrow. You hear me? No alcohol.
I'm saying.
It's longer than that, I swear to God. What is this one?
That over 10 million Iraqis, including many...
That seems like it's really funny, actually. Probably just slow down people talking, like, just a little bit. You sound fucked up, man. That sounded like a drunk-ass George Bush.
Sunnis will vote...
Hold on. Alright, fucking we'll play it.
by many...
And the keys are on the outside.
I'll be fine.
Tell me your
in one of my many press conferences and told you...
Oh, shit. fuck you. You don't want a good enough life.
That in the next year I make this prediction to you.
Who said?
That over 10 million Iraqis, including many Sunnis, will vote for a permanent government.
You all have talent, and I have him.
I think you probably said, there he goes again.
I'm bull.
That dumb son of a bitch. You don't watch it 24 hours a day.
Who said? You all have talent, and I have him.
Run that by me again. I don't understand that. I didn't pause.
You all have talent, and I have him.
It kind of reminds me of you see you heard about all this shit with going on with Bill O'Reilly.
I don't think so. He's always up to something, though, huh?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I guess he was. Well, I guess Fox kicked Bill O'Reilly to the curb for sexually. I don't know, making advances on chicks or something that work there. Apparently, he's been doing it for a long, long time. But yeah, apparently for decades. This kind of gives you the gist of it. That's the story anyway. I don't know anything about it really, but back in the day, this is it right here.
That's tomorrow, and that is...
Back in the day, he did this show right here that I'm about to show you. And he has a little bit of a fucking freak out. It's pretty funny, actually. Check it out.
That's it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but... Okay. Yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay.
Sure. There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Oh, shit.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
I'll watch this part. The fade away. The fucking fade out right here. Fuck it! We'll do it live! You freaked the fuck out. Oh, God. That fucking shit's funny.
So what did he actually get in trouble for?
Well, like I said, I don't know that much about it, but apparently, I don't know. He's trying to. What? Here, let's. Hit
that top story.
Where?
Oh, never mind. Nah, it's way too long.
Do.
And I have an official statement from 21st Century Fox. I just want to read it to you in full. After a thorough and careful review of the allegations, the company and Bill O'Reilly have agreed that Bill O'Reilly will not be returning to the Fox News channel. Of
Wow.
course, this comes after the revelation earlier this month that O'Reilly and 21st Century Fox had paid out $13 million in settlements to 5 women who had accused him of sexual harassment and or verbal abuse. It is hard to overstate how stunning a development this is in the American media landscape, certainly in the cable news industry. Bill O'Reilly, of course, the #1 most watched figure in cable news, a very powerful and influential voice, and very much the face of the Fox News channel. So a very stunning development today.
Man, so he was dishing out 13 mil to keep these ladies quiet from his creepiness, and Cat still got out of the bag. That sucks.
Well,
13 million bones, and somebody still couldn't shut their yapper.
These were court settlements. I mean, that's just money. That's just money so that he doesn't go to jail, basically. I mean, they settled, meaning, you know. I mean, there may have been some sort of non-disclosure in there, but I doubt it being a sexual harassment thing, especially in 2017. But yeah, he fucked up. I heard some lady saying, like, they were out somewhere, and he was like, let's go somewhere, and she thought he meant, like, to, like, some bar or something, and he's like, no, back to my place. And he was, I guess, helping her with something, as far as being in the industry, doing news and whatnot, and, I guess after she kind of refused to fuck him, he was just like, nah, fuck it, you're on your own. We're doing it live! Go fuck yourself. But, yeah, man, yeah, the guy's probably a piece of shit. You know, whatever. Fucking newscasters and shit. It's funny, man. I don't know. He works for Fox. What do you expect? It's... I look at him. He's a creepy old fuck. I mean, who gives a shit? I mean, that guy's been in the industry for so long, and then you got fucking. You're working every day with fucking newscaster pussy. He's a creepy old dude. He's definitely gonna try and fuck these chicks. It's what else, you know. Bill O'Reilly. Fuck it. He's doing it live. I got some other shit I wanted to get into. I didn't send all my links to myself, though. But did we talk about last time how New York State, they made, if you're under a certain amount of money, your tuition is free?
No, I don't remember talking about that.
Yeah. If you're within a certain like pay, if you make a certain amount of money, or less than, I think, like $100,000 or $150,000 or something like that, apparently your like New York State tuition is free now. Let's see if we can find something that's gonna.
Just click that top one. It's only a minute.
I think this one. Yeah, this one I think is more.
Get
current.
ready, 'cause here I come.
Down, 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 down. New York to become first state to offer tuition-free higher education. Starting in fall 2017, state colleges and universities free to New York residents. Students, families making less than $100,000 a year will be eligible. Annual income limit will rise to $125K by 2019. Nearly 1 million families will qualify. Students must be enrolled full-time. Those facing hardships can pause and restart programs or take fewer credits. Recipients must remain in New York 2 to 4 years after graduation. Tuition-free higher education, a growing national trend? Question mark. San Francisco, Tennessee, and Oregon have made community college free for residents. didn't know that. New York, first state to implement tuition-free program for 4-year public institutions. You know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Pretty cool. Yeah, so, I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's, I don't know, I think it's a good use for tax dollars. I mean,
meanwhile, I'm paying student loans. I already graduated.
Yep, you're fucked, man.
So good for all you new.
Yeah,
fucks.
if you're up in New York and you're making less than 100 and whatever, if you're making less than 100 grand a year, then fucking get on that. Get on that shit. That's, man, I don't know. That's a game changer. That's a big deal. I wish we had some shit like that here. Even the fucking community college thing. Like, I'd go back to school just part-time or something. Or actually, I guess it said they had to be full-time for the New York one, but whatever. That'd be dope.
It's kind of interesting, the cutoff there with the 100K. It's like, if you're making over 100K, you're probably good on school for now. Maybe. I don't know.
What do you mean?
It just seems like, what's the point of even making that distinction?
I don't know.
Like,
I mean,
you got the money, so if you're gonna go to school, you guys are paying.
Yeah, if you're up over, if your family's making more than 100 and whatever grand a year.
I just thought that it would be lower if they were gonna. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you're saying you think the number's a little bit high?
Yeah, it seems like that opens it up for pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Life is hard. It's I mean,
Seems like it's opening it up for anybody who would even be thinking about.
Yeah, which is dope.
Yeah,
and it's like, I mean, I'm making less than half that, so it's and life's not easy. Even at, you know, where I'm at, it's I'm not rich by any means, and it that's something I think about with my own kids. I'm like, you know, shit, I gotta send them to school at some point in time, and how the fuck am I gonna do that? It's hard, man. I'm gonna send myself a couple links here. And then I'm gonna play a song by this band last night that we went and saw. They're super cool. Gallows Bound. Cool folks. They're probably gonna come on the show, I don't know, next week after that, maybe, something like that. We'll see. We gotta work the schedule piece of it out, but come on and have a little bit of a musical act coming on, and I think we're gonna get them set up right here behind us and get the fuck down, get jiggy with it, Appalachian fucking punk rock and shit. What about you, Lloyd? What are you getting into this week?
I gotta see where I stand as far as the law is concerned. Got a whole court date on Thursday, so that's Judgment Day. That's what I'm thinking about.
They're gonna sentence you?
Yeah, I mean, it's most likely that just gonna end up getting what they offered me the first time. I can't imagine that my sobriety field test video is miraculous to the point where my lawyer can be like, fucking arrest this guy for? He's sober as a bird.
They have a sobriety field test video of you?
Yeah, that's... I mean,
can we play it on the show?
I haven't even gotten to see it yet.
You think it's funny?
If I can get access to it like that, I would be more than happy to play it on the show. And hopefully it's got some kind of comedy.
It'd be hilarious if it was just like you fighting a cop. Yeah, this is all shit I wanted to talk about. Some of it I wanted to talk about last time. This particular article, North Korea missiles, U.S. warships deployed to the Korean Peninsula. Shit's getting weird, man. Since we started the show, we've talked about that. But shit's really getting weird.
I just listened to the Eddie Bravo episode yesterday.
It was fucking sick.
I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
Looks fake to me.
Reminds me, that guy that he was quoting, that guy Eric Dubé, I sent him a message, and I asked him if he wanted to come on our show. So, we might get the fucking flat earth guy, fucking Eric Dubé, on the show. I think it would be hilarious. I've also been trying to get Ken Ham on the show, because I think that would be hilarious too. What a shit show.
How do you reach out to them? Twitter?
Facebook on both of them. But, yeah.
Is the Eric Dubois guy, is he like kind of is he kind of an older guy, right?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Because I watched one of a Flat Earther's videos. His proof was he had this little plane model. He started it at the top.
Yeah, I think we were
the globe.
Did we play that on the show?
I don't think we played that one.
Yeah, he's like, you would have to constantly dip your nose down in order to fly around a sphere. And I'm like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot, because you're not taking into account the density of air and fucking gravity.
Maybe we did talk about that.
Yeah, I think I don't know if we played it or not, but you know. So, just a couple days ago, U.S. F-22s intercept Russian bombers off the Alaskan coast. 2 Russian Tu-95 Bear bombers were intercepted in international airspace off the coast of Alaska by 2 U.S. F-22 Raptor fighter aircraft on Monday, the Pentagon confirmed to CNN. The intercept, which was described by a U.S. military official as safe and professional, took place about 100 miles off Kodiak Island after the Russian aircraft flew into the Alaskan Air Defense Identification Zone. There was no cockpit-to-cockpit radio communication between the U.S. and Russian pilots. The U.S. official told CNN. Fox News first reported the intercept. Random picture. The single-engine F-35A is the Air Force's eventual replacement for the F-16 and the A-10. That's not relevant. U.S. military officials downplayed the mid-air interaction as nothing out of the ordinary and not dissimilar from what we've seen in the past with respect to Russian long-range aviation. But Illinois Republican Representative Adam Kinzinger told CNN's Wolf Blitzer that the Russians were, quote-unquote, trying to show their teeth by flying so close to the U.S. coastline amid tensions between the two nations. That's how I look at it. They're kind of flexing. Apparently this shit's been happening a lot lately. I don't know. It's just kind of creepy. That going on with, what's going on with North Korea in combination with us dropping this giant-ass bomb recently, in combination with the fact that the American president is a crazy fuck. Oh, man. I don't know. We got people getting snatched up off the streets.
I'm with Eddie Bravo. I think that North Korea is just a bunch of bullshit.
You think it's not a real country? It's made up. It's like invented by NASA or something.
Lied about 6 different moon landings, so obviously how can you believe North Korea?
Edgy Bravo. I'm crazy, man. I'm crazy.
I'm just having fun with it.
I'm just having fun with it. Fucking crazy. What is this article right here? Oh, yeah, this is an interesting one. First Alaska woman charged with possessing child pornography gets no jail time. Anchorage, Alaska. A former Alaska woman who...
Well, she's a chick, so, you know, it's not that big of a deal.
A former Alaska woman who was sexually abused by her paternal grandfather and then, as an adult, downloaded and traded videos of child exploitation has avoided any jail. Brittany Alexandra Robinson, 25, was the first woman in Alaska to be charged with possessing and distributing child pornography, according to Anchorage police.
She does not look 25.
She looks older than that to me.
Yeah.
Let's show everybody this fucking cunt. This that bitch. Anyway, that's creepy. A former daycare worker at Joint Base Elmendorf Richardson, Robinson received a prison-free sentence on Thursday. Superior Court Judge Kevin M. Saxby agreed with Robinson's public defender that 3 years in prison with 3 suspended and 5 years of probation was appropriate. So she's just getting a fucking probation. I do find good prospects for rehabilitation here based on the evaluation that was provided to me and the testimony I have heard, including Miss Robinson's short but I'm convinced a heartfelt expression of remorse, Saxby said before imposing the sentence. Dude, go fuck yourself, man. This is why this type of shit exists. It's because we're letting people off who are distributing fucking pornography of children. No jail time. I went to jail for a speeding ticket. You're probably getting ready to go to jail for a short little period of time. And this bitch gets no jail. Distributing child porn.
It's pretty gross, man.
If it were a dude, they would have fucking crucified him.
You better get your life.
But prior to hearing her sentence, Robinson addressed the court, wiping tears from her eyes and taking deep breaths before speaking. This is what this fucking bitch said. I'm deeply sorry that this has happened. See, she's not blaming herself. She's deeply sorry that this has happened. It just seems like she's redirecting any sort of blame with that statement. I understand the severity of the situation, and I recognize that I need to heal from the trauma that I experienced in life. I know that with the support of the people around me, I can move forward in a positive direction to ensure that nothing like this happens again, said Robinson. That's a fucking out-of-the-box answer. Who now lives out of state and is the mother of a 3-year-old child. Adam Alexander, an attorney with the State Office of Special Prosecutions, told the court on Thursday that Robinson downloaded, quote-unquote, a pretty significant amount of, quote-unquote, pretty terrible images of child exploitation. Nothing excuses the fact that Robinson, quote-unquote, in an awful case of irony, was responsible for perpetuating the sexual exploitation of children in a way that was, quote-unquote, very similar to some of her own experiences, Alexander said. Yeah, this is, I mean, I feel bad for her that she was abused and whatever as a kid, but it doesn't excuse that shit. She's still got to go to jail, as far as I'm concerned.
I feel like it could so easily... I feel like you could so easily get framed for that kind of shit.
What do you mean?
I'm
for
not
the
defending
child pornography or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not defending her, but we all watch
Yeah,
porn.
for sure. Yeah, but
you get some kind of weird virus. I've seen it pop up on my phone before a long time ago. Just like getting a little too frisky with the porn on the phone, and some warning shit pops up. It's like, I got an iPhone, so this shouldn't be downloading any viruses. So you think, right? And it's just like child porn, fucking bestiality, all this shit that they're accusing you of on like some kind of like warning note. I mean, it was a thing that was popping around for a while. It'd be like it was just trying to sucker you into paying like $700 fine or something. And that kind of shit's scary though, cause
yeah, when you
don't want that shit.
I work
next
in
to your name.
Yeah, I work in the technology.
I'd cough up $700 to avoid some.
That is a scam. That is how they get you.
Yeah.
I mean, I work in the technology industry, and so I mean, I kind of get that stuff. I'm like, Jesus Christ, these things are fucking, you know. But the first time that ever happens to you for sure would be like, what the fuck, like, you know, and it'll do some weird shit that it kind of makes it seem like whatever
Legit.
you're using is like frozen or something.
Yeah.
Like I remember
if you close out of this window, then we'll find you.
Yeah. I remember back in the 90s, I had that happen, like the late 90s, early 2000s or something. You know, I'm fucking surfing for titties on a 56K modem and shit, and you get some sort of fucking weird warning like that. And, yeah, creep you out. Using too much Kazaa, too much fucking... What was the other one? LimeWire.
Oh, yeah.
Using too much of that shit, and then you know, if you don't wrap it up, your computer gets some VD from the internet, and yeah, it can creep you out a little bit, freak you out. There's some shit I'm interested in talking about, but I don't know if I'm gonna bring it up or not. Well, that's a hell of a way to break the ice. There's a chick that I know, kind of, is a friend of one of my cousins, out in Wisconsin, who just got charged with murder of a toddler.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Talking about some Casey Anthony shit.
Yeah. And I'm waiting to see it go, like, huge, like, nationwide, you know, popularity as far as the case, because you would think. I mean, she's, you know, it's kind of the reason that Casey Anthony got, you know, such a, as much coverage as she did, is because she was kind of like a pretty woman, and murder porn and all that. And this lady in question is kind of along the same kind of, it reminded me, this is the first thing I thought of was Casey Anthony. And I'm not saying that she did it. I have no idea. When I met her, she was really nice. I have no idea, but apparently there was her stepchild, and I guess what she told police was that the kid fell. It was a 20-month-old kid, so almost 2 years old. Kid fell in the shower when she was giving him a shower or whatever. And, but...
You don't really give toddlers showers now, do you?
No, but yeah. I mean, when Will was little, I'd just have him, I'd take a shower or whatever. He'd just hop in the shower with me, you know, when he was real little, trying to get shit done as a parent, trying to do things as efficiently as possible sometimes. He didn't like to shower too much, so he'd get water in his eye and start crying and shit, but anyway, yeah, I guess she said she was bathing a kid, shower, that's what the article said, and he fell. The coroner's report, however, apparently says blunt force trauma to the head. And
so not much of a slip.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just a different thing. It was her own stepkid, and apparently there was a restraining order on her prior to all of this from the kid's mom, because the kid came back home with bruises at one point in time or something. So there's evidence is not, it's not stacked up against her. Like, this shit looks horrible. And, I haven't talked to her in years, whatever. I barely knew her. She, like I said, she's a friend of my cousin's, but she's kind of pretty, and I can totally see. I'm waiting to see this thing like blow up in the news as like another Casey Anthony type story. She's a young, like 28-year-old, chick, and it's. I don't know. It's just fucking. The whole thing is tragic. There's a dead kid, and people love murder porn. Is all I'm getting at, and I feel like just the whole thing could just like blow up. Massive story. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. Yeah. Anyway, my heart goes out to parents of the child that died. That sucks. It's fucking horrible. I asked my cousin about it, and she's kind of fucked up about the whole thing. She's like, it just is completely out of character. She's known her literally like her whole life. And she's like, it just doesn't seem right. She's like, but everything is stacked up against her. And I was like, yeah, that's what it looks like. But
that's
yeah,
when you find out who your real friends are real quick. Who's gonna be still sticking up for that?
Yeah. And I'm not sticking up for anybody or trying to incriminate anybody or point the finger or anything. I don't know. But she was nice when I met her. Talked to her a little bit, and she seemed like a regular person, but whatever. Now here's an article I haven't even looked into at all besides the article headline itself. I didn't get a chance, but I thought this was an interesting headline, and I don't know. It's from the telegraph.co.uk, so, but it's a science article. If you listen to, what's his name? The guy that was on Rogan's. God damn it. Shit.
How recent?
I don't know. He's always talking about Göbekli Tepe.
Anyways, what?
Yeah, let me just read the article here. So the headline is, Ancient stone carvings confirm how comet struck Earth in 10,950 BC, sparking the rise of civilizations. So this kind of goes into, God damn it, why is a guy's name on the tip of my tongue? And I can't think of it. The other guy that comes with him is Randall Carlson. Hold on, let me look this up. Graham Hancock.
Oh.
Graham Hancock. This seems legit. As far as trying to corroborate what Graham Hancock is saying about, and Randall Carlson. They're talking about, they had a theory about basically, because there's nuclear glass that can be found at a certain layer in the soil all across the entire globe, that Earth was struck by a comet or a meteor or whatever, and likely could have kind of reset civilization, and we may have had like a highly advanced civilization prior to that happening. Anyway, so ancient stone carvings confirm that a comet struck the Earth around 11,000 BC, a devastating event which wiped out woolly mammoths and sparked the rise of civilizations. Experts at the University of Edinburgh analyzed mysterious symbols carved into stone pillars at Göbekli Tepe in southern Turkey to find out if they could be linked to constellations. The markings suggest that a swarm of comet fragments hit Earth at the exact same time that a mini ice age struck, changing the entire course of human history. Scientists have speculated for decades that a comet could be behind the sudden fall in temperature during a period known as the Younger Dryas. But recently the theory appeared to have been debunked by a new dating of meteor craters in North America where the comet is thought to have struck. However, when engineers studied animal carvings made on a pillar known as the Vulture Stone at Göbekli Tepe, they discovered that the creatures were actually astronomical symbols which represented constellations and the comet. The idea had originally put forward by author Graham Hancock, of course, in his book The Magicians of the Gods. Which, if you listen to what Graham Hancock has to say, it makes a lot of sense. I'm not an expert by any means, but it makes a lot of sense. Using a computer program to show where the constellations would have appeared above Turkey thousands of years ago, they were able to pinpoint the comet strike to 10,950 BC, 10,950 BC. The exact time the Younger Dryas begins, according to ice core data from Greenland. The Younger Dryas is viewed as a crucial period for humanity as it roughly coincides with the emergence of agriculture and the first Neolithic civilizations. Before the strike, vast areas of wild wheat and barley had allowed nomadic hunters in the Middle East to establish permanent base camps. But the difficult climate conditions following the impact forced communities to come together and work out new ways of maintaining the crops through watering and selective breeding. Thus farming began, allowing the rise of the first towns. Edinburgh researchers said the carvings appear to have remained important to the people of Göbekli Tepe for millennia, suggesting that the event and cold climate that followed likely had a very serious impact. So yeah, this is all bullshit because the Earth is flat. So, anyway, it's really interesting stuff. Because, as far as I knew, like listening to Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson, it was basically just a theory up until, I don't know how proof positive this evidence is, but seems pretty legit. And I know they said that's right around the exact time period that they quote as being when an asteroid or meteor or whatever had to have struck Earth in order to kind of reset shit. It's way too long. Yeah, we can talk more about Graham Hancock later. I am going to, we're going to get to the bottom of this flat earth thing, Lloyd.
That's how you say. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's
an interesting look.
Yeah. Let's see, flat. Let's see, flat earth proof.
That's the video I was talking about.
Simplest, irrefutable flat earth proof. I think we played that one. Let's see. The most undeniable proof of the flat earth. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is going to be a crock of shit. I can't wait. Okay, hold on. I hope this video will prove once and for all that our sun, quote-unquote, rise and sets by its circular path and whatever. First, let us take a look at the beautiful sunrise and sunset, actually, as we really perceive them. Oh, Christ. Camera above the clouds, camera ground level. The fuck am I
Very
looking
inspirational music.
Yeah, this is... What the fuck? Oh. Oh, this is one of these retards that are talking about perspective. That's how the sun sets. It just goes away and towards us. Oh, Jesus Christ. People are retarded. Why would it be flat, you fucking idiots? Why? Why would it be? It makes no sense. Everything else is round in the fucking universe.
We're special.
I mean, this is... Yeah, you're right. That is what a lot of people think, is that we're special. I just don't understand. Like, how come there's no... Like, they think that Antarctica or whatever is a giant ice wall? How come there's no fucking pictures of the ice wall? I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck this guy's trying to say here. This video's retarded. It's irrefutable proof. Voted Best Flat Earth Proof 2017. It's like a category of video. Let's see. Let's see what this fucking idiot has to say. I love this shit, man. I can't get enough of this, like, conspiracy theory shit.
Because you just read the words of a bunch of guys that you never met, and you just take it on faith that everything they wrote was true.
Great episode.
And what makes you think what your scientists are...
Wait a second. If God, this is such a horrible...
They're using Always Sunny.
If they're serious about flat Earth shit in this video, and they're using this clip, then they do not understand that It's Always Sunny is a fucking comedy show. I don't know. Let's see.
I don't know. Mac makes a compelling argument
is
here.
any more truer than my saints. Because there are volumes of proven data, numbers, figures. Have you poured through the data yourself? The numbers, the figures? Well, no. No. Oh, interesting. So let me get this straight, Mr. Reynolds. You get your information from a book written by men you've never met. And you take their words as truth, based on a willingness to believe, a desire to accept, a leap of... Dare I say it? Faith? Come on. Look, I mean, I don't even know how I'm supposed to respond to that. Like, come on. I rest.
This is
ignoring a lot of the things opposite from the sun.
Oh,
now,
they are serious.
That tells you that it's not reflecting the sun's light. It's producing its own, and its light is different from the sun's. So, you know, the scientific community have not told us this. Yeah, because they won't tell us this because it destroys this idea that the sun is, you know, is lighting up the moon.
Everyone knows, like, if you're in sunlight, it's colder in the shade, right? So if it's 100 degrees in the sun, it's 90 degrees in shade. You go to the moonlight, like especially in a full moon, especially if it's high in the sky, the moon is its own independent object. It is not reflecting the sun rays. The sun is its own object. Also, you know, about the same size, which is, you know, again, coincidentally, you know, why the moon fits so perfectly in front of the sun during an eclipse. We always thought it was coincidence that even though it was 400 times farther away, that it was also exactly 400 times less diameter, which is why it fits. And the other weird thing about the moon, which everyone thinks, oh, it's just a coincidence, is that we never see the other side of it. It's constantly perfectly rotating, so we only see one side of the moon. Exactly one side. It's not like we have like a quarter of a degree every 5 years or half a degree here and there. It's
actually, I don't think that's true. I think it actually is slightly off The rotation of the moon eventually does cycle through, actually. I'm pretty sure. Might want to look that up.
Always
Don't take my word for it. Listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking about.
When it comes to this system, it was deliberately built, but I think it was deliberately built to be detected. And I think we were naturally supposed to figure this thing out maybe as late as the 1970s, but the government figured it out first, and they have been spending a heck of a lot of money trying to keep it a secret.
The other question is, well, how come ships don't go off the sea if it's flat? How come ships don't fall off the edge? Well, here's why you don't fall off the edge. There's a 200 to 300 foot high wall that is the border that Scripture says is keeping everything in.
Angie Lopez is so high right now. She's watching a video of us watching a video.
Because they don't want you finding out what's beyond.
We're getting to the bottom of this flat Earth thing.
It's a 20,000 foot sheer wall of ice.
You'll like it, Angie.
Stopped me before. Risk? Of course I'm aware of the risks. Thank you for your concern.
What movie was that?
Why objects move on a ball spinning 1,000 miles an hour while it's going 26,000 miles around the sun. Basically the model we accepted right now.
The sailor thinks that he's traveling around the Earth this way, when in effect he's traveling around the Earth this way.
They began flying it around the world, from Abu Dhabi last year, with stops in India and China, then across the vast Pacific.
Does running around your neighborhood prove that the neighborhood is round?
What?
I was an airline pilot for Delta for 26 years.
What? Does running around your neighborhood prove that your neighborhood is round, Lloyd? Nope. What are they saying?
I know a fellow working on a group program that's going to be photographing the dark side in a series. I don't know why I'm reading in a country accent. Of images they're going to stitch together.
That's dope. Thanks for watching the show, Danielle. Danielle was talking about the show the other day. Let's get to the bottom of this, Lloyd.
Years. A pilot's primary flight instrument is his artificial horizon, which he has to be maintained level to keep from climbing and descending. From a cockpit, weather permitting, I could see hundreds of miles in all directions, viewing cities connected by roads across the flat plain as far as the eye could see.
If a pilot is flying around the curve of the Earth, then
This is retarded. This is a simple lack of understanding of physics. This argument right here. They're gonna tell you right now that this guy needs to pitch his nose down in order to keep from fucking flying off the Earth at a tangent. It's not how gravity and fucking density and shit like that works. You fucking idiots.
you should be dipping the nose down every
yeah, that's a good point. Do the
dipping
flat
the nose.
earthers think that all the planets are flat or just us?
Just us, I think, because we're special. It makes no sense, man. Actually, one of the best things that I ever saw about it was basically how gravity would work. But I guess that these fucking silly ass flat earthers, they don't believe in gravity either. They're like, yeah, it's a theory, it's not real. Like, what? Hold on. How can you not believe in gravity? This shit is measurable. Anyway. But if the Earth were flat, like the idea is that it would be a big thick chunk in the middle, and then it, gets thinner on the sides. So that even if it were just a big ass disc, the center of gravity would still be in the center. And meaning that everything with any sort of mass would be pulled towards the center. That's where gravity would be going. And so if you went to run to the far end of the disc, you would actually be pulled backwards more than you would down. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let me see if I can find this video. This did a good job of explaining it. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining it.
Honest question, if when the Earth spins, its atmosphere spins too, then why can't we see the whole Earth spinning from space? Sean
What?
Bozeman said, for the record, I'm not a flat Earth guy. The spinning of the Earth just seems suspect, bruh.
I don't quite understand the question.
I don't really get it either, Sean.
If Earth is spinning,
if when the
which
Earth
it is,
spins, its atmosphere spins too.
Mm-hmm.
Then why can't we see the whole Earth spinning from space?
I believe we can. I mean, I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Drew Grafton. Said first time viewer, and I'm watching you guys from Brisbane. I probably just butchered trying to say that like an Aussie, but whatever. Sorry.
Well, thanks for watching the show, Drew Grafton. Welcome.
Okay, Sean went on to say, they say the atmosphere spins so we don't feel like we're spinning. So everything in the atmosphere spins, apparently, at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
How about we fill up our garden?
And he said he's stoned, so.
Oh. Good point. Yeah, no, everything, the atmosphere itself is spinning, but it also moves independently. So everything on our fucking sphere is spinning pretty goddamn fast. Now, like for instance, that's why long-range snipers, military snipers, have to account for what's called the Coriolis effect, which is an effect that physics is going to have on. I'm doing such a shitty job of explaining this. You have to account for the Earth's spin when you're shooting more than, like a mile with like a sniper rifle. You have to account for that. It's called the Coriolis effect, and it's a real thing. And you can't shoot a gun accurately if you don't account for it. This is another simple thing that like flat earthers never talk about. They don't tell you about that.
Never even thought of that.
Coriolis effect. You have to take account of that. Because literally, the fucking... Listen. We live on a ball, okay?
Gravity debunked in under 3 minutes. I kind of want to watch that.
This one?
At the bottom. Or I guess either one would do.
Let's see this one.
Hello, Flat Earth researchers, debaters, and especially debunkers. Very briefly, think about that famous experiment where they drop a feather and a hammer in a vacuum, and those two objects apparently falling to the ground at the same speed is proof of gravity, right? Well, actually, it completely disproves gravity.
Actually, I don't think that experiment is intended to prove that gravity exists. Gravity obviously exists. I believe that experiment was only to prove that everything falls at the same rate. I mean, we know gravity exists. I mean, when things fucking fall. I mean, gravity is simply an explanation of what holds us to the planet. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it fucking fuck titties if you want, but it's just it's just a word that somebody picked to name what it is, the force that holds us onto the planet. Now, the idea of that experiment that this guy's talking about, I believe, is only... I mean, the reason that a feather is going to fall slower than a fucking hammer is because of wind resistance. It's a lighter object. It's going to have more drag from the wind on the way down. That's just how it works. Whereas the hammer is a lot denser. It's going to cut straight through the air. But if you do it in a vacuum, they fall at the same rate because there's no wind resistance. There's no air resistance for the feather falling. I think that's pretty much it. It's not supposed to necessarily prove that gravity exists. Anyway, let's listen to this jackass.
First of all, the experiment was taking out the air molecules. So the feather has no resistance against the air molecules. Fine, okay? Now, gravity is said to be an inverse square law. So that should
These fucks like to say shit like that. This guy does not know what he's talking about.
naturally affect lighter objects much more readily than it affects heavy objects. As I've said before, like sucking up a feather in a vacuum cleaner is going to be a lot easier than sucking up something heavier, or a paperclip rushing to stick to a magnet compared to a heavy steel ball. Yeah? The magnet is going to attract the paperclip much more quickly and easily and make that paperclip stick than it will the steel ball. Yeah? So, one of two things should happen if gravity were real when you drop a feather and a hammer in a vacuum. One, the feather rushes to the ground faster than the hammer because it is being more quickly and more readily affected by gravity. Or, the same thing happens as normal with the feather. It floats and the hammer hits the ground first. Why? Because the usual excuse for gravity is that everything has its own mass and has its own center of gravity. So, in that respect, the feather, being very lightweight, having hardly any mass, should just float gently down to the ground, even in a vacuum. And the hammer should hit the ground before the feather, as normal.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't even think this dude in his own head is
the hammer
like...
and the feather fall at the same time to the ground in a vacuum is because you took the air out.
Well, he smokes weed.
This
Look
dude?
at his shirt.
Readily affected by gravity.
Oh, yeah, he sure does, doesn't he? That's,
He's obviously enlightened.
Yeah, very enlightened. I don't believe that there's any aspect of the law of gravity that says that, well, basically anything that guy just said. You fucking idiot. What you got there, Lloyd?
I'm trying to make sense of Sean.
Oh.
He says still though, why is the spinning invisible? It's just saying it's being affected by a force you see in spinning things, but
what?
We can already see black holes pull things towards them and display.
Hold on. Let me read that. Let's see here. Sean's question. Still though, why is the spinning invisible? It's just saying it's being affected by a force you see in spinning things. But we can already see black holes pull things towards them and display grav. I don't know. I don't know. I don't quite understand, dude. I'm sorry.
I think Eddie might have gotten the best of Sean.
No.
You could be
Sean,
this guy,
Sean
extra room
knows.
so
He's
fast
good.
with stow and go seating that you'll have more time to watch TV.
I don't know. What is Drew? Drew is his name. Drew finds this stuff boring.
Hey,
I
thanks
find this
for
shit
joining
interesting.
Me. Hope you're doing well. There is a firmament or dome encasing our flat plane. The firmament is described in the Bible's creation narrative.
Of course it is.
Then God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." In Egyptian mythology, Nut is the goddess of the sky. She is seen star-covered, arching over the earth, representing its dome.
Nut.
In Greek mythology, Uranus was the primeval god
That's
of the
dope.
sky. The Greeks imagined the sky as a solid dome of brass, whose edges descended to rest upon the outermost limits of the flat earth. Uranus was the literal sky, and Gaia the earth. In the Roman era, he was often depicted as Aeon, god of eternal time, in the form of a man holding the zodiac wheel, standing above Gaia. The Hebrews believed the sky was a solid dome. They called this solid vault of heaven the Rakia, with the sun, moon, and stars beneath. In Indian mythology, the dome is called Brahmanda. This is the structure of the world according to Finnish mythology, showing a dome with the stars projected onto it. In the Aboriginal conception of the world, the earth was circular and flat, covered by the dome of the sky, which stretched out to the horizon. And there have been many ancient artifacts found, which the mainstream has called stone handbags. But as you can see, there's no area to even carry anything. These were not handbags, they're artistic.
Must be real then, if we've got all this ancient handbags or whatever. Must be real. What the fuck does this one say? We do not live in a snow globe. They are hiding infinite land and other tribes. Now I'm interested.
Music moves you, but what moves your
infinite land, huh?
Oh, we got this.
Yeah.
You gotta download that free ad blocker, bro.
What, for
Chrome?
YouTube?
Yeah.
If I say that the world is round and someone else says it's flat, that's worth reporting. But you might also want to report on a bunch of scientific evidence that seems to support
establishments. In the seal is a red swooshing object. They call that the chevron or the vector.
They're getting into the
If you ask NASA's Public Affairs Office,
about it.
this symbology is featured so heavily in their insignia.
Creatures, and the weather determines everything.
I give up, guys. I'm pretty sure the Earth's flat. Pretty sure. Talk about something, Lloyd. I'm so over this fucking flat Earth shit. Check out Einstein's Kryptonite podcast, facebook.com/Einstein's Kryptonite. Very, very funny fucking guys. Also check out the My Cesspool podcast, facebook.com/The Cesspool Podcast. I'm going to be on the Cesspool podcast tomorrow, actually. They don't live stream, though, so it'll come out, I don't know, I think Jim releases them a week or two after he records them. He records them and edits them, but I'm going to be on that show. So, check it out. Very funny fucking fucks. Very funny fucks. Silly ass fucks.
And was I not invited to the party?
I'm
just being...
No, I don't fucking know.
What time is he having you on?
I think like it's probably going to be around like 4 or something like that.
So you're getting off a little early to do that.
Well, I generally am home right about 4, so it's gonna be like 4 or 5. So I'm sure you could come if you wanted. I didn't really I didn't think about it with you though, because it figured you wouldn't be home in time. So
Angie said I wasn't invited because I vape.
That's what it is. Sucking them robot dicks.
It's like inviting a guy that's on a respirator.
Shit, what the hell was I going to talk about? Kind of just... You know what? I'm back on it. I want to watch some more Flat Earth shit, Lord. I got nothing better to do. We got to get to the bottom of this thing. We can finish this one.
To stay around the curve. That's absolute proof that a plane flies over a flat surface.
Absolute proof. I don't know, actually.
Now, how come in all these ball
I don't know how much
pictures,
longer I can take
man,
this.
you can see all the continents pretty much, and there's just a little bit of clouds here and there. Man, it's like some of these pictures, like there's some where they show the Earth at night, and you can see all the lights and stuff. It's like, You're telling me the entire continent didn't have clouds? The entire fucking continent, like, you can see Africa and all these lights and all this stuff. Like, you know, if you turn on your porch light, I guess you can see it from space, apparently. And it's like there's no clouds in some of these pictures.
And they spelled out the word sex
What is that?
recently, probably a few months ago, in one of the clouds.
But, you know, if they do their research, they say, well, those are composites. And I said, well, how can you copy and paste the clouds on some of these? And they use the same
What the
platform.
fuck?
Like, if you're going to make a composite, but you shouldn't be copying and pasting clouds. That means you're adding stuff that's not real.
Yeah, and the thing is, those pictures that you're talking about, the blue marble pictures, you know, I think it's about maybe 8 to 10 of them over time that NASA has put out. And you're absolutely right. None of those pictures look the same. The color of the water is different. Like you said, the continents are different sizes. It's just unbelievable. And I think what happened originally was they would put these things out and nobody was paying any attention to it. You know, and then all of a sudden now people are paying attention to it, and now they're pulling these pictures in, and it's an obvious fraud.
What?
And the thing is, there's supposedly tens of thousands of satellites orbiting Earth.
Supposedly. Tens of thousands of satellites. It's...
Well, on JRE, they kept saying to Eddie, like, why do you think that so much effort would be put into covering up? Like, what's that benefiting?
Yeah, they were
global-
talking about control or something like that. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. Here, this is from NASA. Top 15 Space Station Earth Images 2015. So this is from NASA. So it's fake then. Photoshop. I guess this is a fake image. You can't see the curvature anyway. You can't see the curvature in this one either. Where are the clouds? How come they're copying and pasting these clouds? Look, this one looks exactly the same as this one. No, it doesn't. Never mind. That's dope. We got some northern lights. Oh, that's a weird argument that guy had about your fucking porch light. I guess you can see your porch light from space. Yeah, probably not just one. But when you have an entire city... Oh, man. I showed you that picture of that dude that wrote his name.
Sure did.
Sandbar, right? It's massive. It's fucking gnarly. Yeah, I don't know. I guess all these images are fake. They're from NASA, so... Guaranteed fake. Fake 6 moon landings. I don't know, man. This is just a giant ice wall that surrounds the entire planet. I just don't. I don't understand. I want. You know what I want to know? I want to know if most flat earthers are religious or not. I feel like they've got to be. That's like the main argument for the flat earth thing and the entire concept that we're like special. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. I've never thought that people were as stupid as I do now. Like when I was a kid, I thought adults were smart. You always think you're going to grow up and everything's going to make more sense when you're an adult. And, you know, you'll be smarter, and I'm smarter than I was when I was a kid, just barely. But it's by choice. It's not... I mean, I chose to learn things, but, like, there's so many people that you come to find out are fucking idiots, like, everywhere. fucking idiots everywhere. Doesn't matter if they're college educated or fucking never went to school at all. So many people are so fucking dumb. Like, nobody ever told me that as a kid. Didn't anybody ever tell you that when you were a kid?
I was under the same...
Kind of, you thought the same thing? Like, being an adult was going to be different?
I can't wait to grow up.
Yeah.
And I'll know everything.
My magic number was like 26. I was like, man, when I'm 26, it's going to be... Everything's going to be perfect. It's going to be right.
I was definitely younger than that.
Meanwhile, that's come and gone. I'm going to be 30 next month, and everybody's still retarded. Nobody ever told me that when I was a kid, and I don't know whose fault that is. I don't know why my parents didn't tell me that. Maybe they don't believe that. I don't know. But if they don't believe it, they're fucking not paying attention. I'm pretty sure my dad would tell you that he believes that. But they never told me that. I wish somebody had. I've been telling my kids this. I'm like, look, man, people are stupid. I told my son, I was like, dude, you are probably going to have a teacher at some point in time that is fucking stupid. A fucking dumb fuck teacher. You'll have them. They're out there. I had a couple.
That's why I didn't want to teach. I didn't want to be that teacher.
You didn't want to be the dumb fuck teacher?
No.
Why don't you just be the smart teacher?
It's too much work.
Too much work. I mean, I've told my son, my fucking 8-year-old son, I'm like, people are fucking stupid. Like, some people are smart, but you have to question everything that anybody tells you. I was like, I don't care who it is.
So then what's wrong with these flat earthers?
I was like,
They're just questioning
me. So then what's wrong with these flat earthers? There's nothing wrong with questioning this shit. What is wrong with them is all of their evidence. That's what's wrong. It's literally wrong. Like, there's no truth. There's no... Most of them have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. At all. It's their evidence. It's wrong. It's not... What is this one? Oh, yeah, this is legit right here. That's probably what we're actually shaped like. The fuck? Oh, God. I mean... This is real. NASA may have fucked themselves a little bit because they have apparently falsified a couple images. Like, there's one where they black out the background and they're underwater in like a NASA training facility. Some sort of press release. Some jackass fucking cut that picture together. They needed a picture for a fucking news article or something, and they shot themselves in the foot with that, in a way. I mean, smart people can tell tell which piece is true and which part isn't. I mean, can determine truth from just stupid shit, and even if they admit it. But don't do that. Just don't do shit like that makes people question whether or not question the validity of what you're doing. I mean, they definitely fucked that up. Maybe, maybe the government wants people to be confused about whether or not they should vaccinate, whether or not the fucking earth is flat. Maybe that's how they want it. They want people confused as to whether or not fucking Donald Trump is a fucking good idea. Which, right out of the gate, like, I don't know, man. Everybody's stupid. Everybody, go fuck yourself. I'm fucking retarded today. You ready to shut this thing down, Lloyd?
Enough flat earth for one day, yeah. feel like it's got you pretty flustered, man.
I'm not flustered, man. I feel like shit, though. I am hungover. I'm super hungover. Ugh. I'm supposed to do jujitsu in a little bit. It's gonna be rough. 254. I'm not. It does bother me. It bothers me that people are stupid. But no, I'm not that flustered. I mean, we can watch more Flat Earth shit if you want. Fuck it. What's Bill Nye saying?
Closed system. We cannot leave the Earth.
I sent Bill Nye a message as well. Trying to see if he wants to come on the show.
There's no place you want your generation to embrace. One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go.
That, in the context of a flat Earth, that is just nonsense. It's not what Bill Nye is talking about. Bill Nye is talking about, we have this idea that, like, if we trash our planet, we'll just take off and go live on another planet or something like that. What he's talking about is the fact that that is not really a reality. It's not like it's very easy. We don't have the ability to do that. Everything is too far away. So, anyway, it's just fucking stupid shit. Shit smells good. What is that, like raspberry
Rockets
titties?
don't have brakes.
Strawberry jam.
It's
dope.
It literally stopped. All of that angular momentum from the rotation of the rocket and the linear momentum from flying up just stopped. No, it had to have hit something. But what did it hit? If it hit a solid surface, the rocket would have been destroyed, and most likely the camera too, so we wouldn't have the footage, and obviously that's not the case.
It hit something. It hit the dome, bro.
Kicks and heels. It's a long fly ball going back, and the ball shatters the sky, bringing the ocean itself down into the stadium. Oh, Simpson just broke this dream's reality wide open.
I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
We're seriously using, like, clips from The Simpsons to try and prove your point? Oh, God.
There's no place to go.
Although we weren't able.
Taxpayer money for the fake moon landings alone. Nowadays, hundreds of billions of dollars, and not just NASA, but RASA and all the other fake space organizations around the world giving CGI images for hundreds of billions of dollars.
You want to put something in context. If you want to do something with $3.5 trillion, you can do whatever you want.
Now, let's see. How do we go about proving that? Go to the seashore. Go to a seashore.
Watch. As ships sail away, they don't disappear all at once. No, first, the bottom will disappear. See, the bottom of the ship is gone. Now we can see midway up, and then
Flat.
the whole thing disappears. Now, ships came back. They didn't fall off the table. So people realized that the world is curved. I mean, it's a big curve, but it's curved. So, the process of testing planes.
Yeah, this isn't a good clip for them to use.
Is what we call.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's because it's fucking real science. It's from fucking Bill Nye, the science guy from the 1990s. This is a horrible clip for them to use.
Science. Now, if you have a claim that can't be tested, that's what we call pseudoscience. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof.
What?
Boats don't disappear over the curvature of the horizon. Boats disappear due to perspective. All you have to do is go to the beach, watch a boat disappear from your eye, and then whip out your telescope, your binoculars, or your high-powered zoom on your camera, and you can pull the entire boat right back into view.
Until it actually
Whole
goes over
mass
the
and all.
curvature.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, perspective is a thing, but it will
Just
eventually.
whip out your telescope, your binoculars, or your zoom camera.
I've watched it. Yeah, this is bullshit. I've got to, I gotta pull up a video. I can't. I feel like I'm disseminating fucking bad information to people, so I need
We
to.
kinda are.
I need to show this. Of course, we're talking shit the entire time, but. I don't think I've seen this video before. This is a... I think this one is on point. Yeah, check it out. Here's a boat disappearing over the horizon. It's real shit, people. It's not just perspective. Perspective can make things too small for you to see them off in the distance, whatever, blah blah blah. Clearly, this fucking boat is disappearing over the horizon. Because the planet is a sphere. I don't know what, you know... I'm sorry. I am a little bit frazzled, Lloyd. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm super triggered by this shit. Triggered by people being retarded. Just showing Bozeman eating this shit up. Yeah, me too, man. I do get a little triggered, though.
You bring the entire boat back into view, completely debunking everything Coy just told you.
As we just showed you. That doesn't completely debunk anything. Go fuck yourself.
We've always believed that there was a Garden of Eden.
I believe in God. I believe the universe was created by God.
We realized that maybe Earth is more special than we thought after all, but for a different reason.
We live at a very special time.
Life is extremely special.
This idea that we're not in any special place in the universe, there's something wrong with that.
They went to the North Pole in the 1900s. This is 1482. Nobody went to the top of the globe, to the bottom, or flew up, or built a skyscraper. It's funny that we said that this is what we're in right now. This is what we're on before any instrument approved. This is the first time we actually had like an instrument of flight actually go high enough to actually fucking check out if what we agreed to 500 years ago was real. So if they were wrong after 500 years, the question is, would they tell you?
I do want to find the thing. This is the saddest part for me, is that there are people raising children that are telling their kids that the earth is flat. One thing I used to be hopeful about is that the next generation would be smarter than us, and maybe religion would disappear. Because I think that causes a lot of problems worldwide. But just smarter in general. But it might not be, because it seems like this like anti-science thing is becoming more and more common. It's more common for people to be just fucking stupid and pass that shit on to their kids. And it's sad. Makes me sad.
Angie said she's going to tell her grandkids it's flat and see who they believe, me or their parents.
Yeah, I mean, then again, it's also just fun to fuck with kids, so there's that. This is hilarious. Oh god, the age thing too.
I wonder what Ben Carson thinks.
Ben Carson?
Yeah.
Ben Carson thinks the Earth is 6,000 years old.
Exactly.
What do you mean, like, as far as...
Well, you brought up the religious thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's supposed to be a smart guy. He's a brain surgeon and whatnot.
I was talking to somebody about this the other day. People have the ability to compartmentalize this shit, so he can be one of the smartest dudes in the world at surgery and still be fucking retarded.
I want to know what he thinks about flat Earth.
Let's see if we can find something. See, this tells you everything you need to know just in this one headline. Ben Carson on climate change, comma. Gravity, where did it come from? I mean, Ben Carson thinking the world was created in 6 days, literally. This says Donald Trump declares himself a flat earther. Let's see what this is all about.
I don't trust this.
Me neither. I don't trust it, but... let's see what it says. Des Moines, Iowa, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump announced to a group of likely Republican primary voters that he knows that the earth is as flat as a pancake. Mr. Trump was eating breakfast in a very crowded diner when he reported that the Holy Spirit directed him to inform the world that his faith was so great that it made that loser Ben Carson's religious convictions small and insignificant. It sounds like a troll. Like, I don't know if this is true or not. Yeah, satire. Or this guy's saying it's satire. I believe it. Yeah, it's gotta be satire.
Being gullible makes the world more exciting. I
Sure
like
it does.
You know, I'm not a hard and fast person who says the earth is only 6,000 years old. But I do believe in the six-day creation. And because, you know, it says in the beginning God created heaven and earth. Doesn't say when he created them except for in the beginning. So the earth could have been here for a long time before he started creating things on it. But when he did start doing that, he made it very specifically clear to us. The evening and the morning were the next day. Because he knew that people would come along and try to say that, oh, it was millions and millions of years. And then what else did he say in the very first chapter? That each thing brought forth after its own kind. Because he knew people would come along and say, you know, this changed into that, and this changed into that, and this changed into that. So at the very beginning of the Bible, he puts that to rest. And, you know, as was pointed out already tonight, you know, people try to disparage the Bible, say that these things are not true, these are fanciful tales. And yet, there's abundant evidence, geological evidence, that there was a worldwide flood. Go up to the Andes Mountains and see all those fossils on the top of those mountains. I mean, these things...
I don't even want to get started on what the fuck is wrong with that. Dr. Ben Carson, Satan invented the Big Bang Theory. I mean, I can't believe this guy was a presidential candidate. Meanwhile, the only way you end up with Donald Trump for president is the other candidates have to be equally shitty, or rather shittier. So, you got Hillary Clinton, and you got Ben Carson. He didn't quite make it all the way. But who else did you have? Chris Christie, and fucking... It's the only way that you get Donald Trump, is you have to pit him against fucking Hillary Clinton and fucking Ben Carson and fucking...
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz, yeah. That's the only way it works. Otherwise, you know... I don't know. We just needed different options. Meanwhile, fuckboy is... God. Don't get me started on Jeff Sessions again in here. Start talking shit. Go fuck yourself. What are we talking about? Charles Parrish says the upcoming generation is going to have some geniuses using technology, but for the most part, people are getting dumbed down. I don't know if all in all people are getting dumber, but I'm not as hopeful for people getting smarter at a high enough rate or a fast enough rate in the next generation. Because I think we need to get smarter faster than we're doing. And it just doesn't seem to be happening. I don't know if we're actually getting dumber though. We might be.
Dear predictable.
I mean, maybe.
It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony.
New facts discovered.
I've been asked on numerous occasions.
God damn it. You know what? I can't start another one of these videos. I can't do it, Lloyd. You ready to shut this thing down?
Yeah.
Let's fucking end this party. Thanks for watching, guys. Jesus Christ. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Let's see. I'm gonna play a track by a band I went and saw last night, Gallows Bound, and I think they're gonna be on the show in the next couple weeks at some point, so that'll be super duper dope. Thanks for tuning in to the Let 'Em Know podcast and fucking listening to our show and listening to us fucking break down this flat earth bullshit and fucking really checking this shit out and getting to the bottom of it.
Okay, I see where the genre comes from.
The Appalachian punk.